Hey everybody, happy Saturday. Hope you've had a great week and you're off to a good weekend. Just gonna stop in here with you for a minute, just for a few minutes to take a quick devotion. We had the message from Pastor TJ on Sunday morning and in the secret of success, and we talked about stress on Sunday, and really enjoyed the message. I've enjoyed the devotions this week too, and so I just have a couple of thoughts. The one point that kind of hit home with me was rejoice in the Lord, right? And so I think a lot of times we find joy in lots of different things in life, right? And that's okay. But I think sometimes we those are misproportionate to what they should be, right? And so we get excited about material things and money and things that we consider wins in our life, and that's okay. But I think that we should always have more rejoicing and more joy in the Lord than we do all those other things. And so that's a good reminder for me today too. And so hopefully you'll think about that as well. But the verse that Pastor used on Sunday is a very simple verse, but it's an important verse, and it was Philippians 4:4. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. And I want to read a couple more verses after that because I think this is important. It says in verses 5 and 6 and 7, it says, let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Jesus Christ. So when we think about that, I can say to you today, rejoice in the Lord, right? And that may be, it sounds simple, but it's not, right? Because life throws all kinds of things at us. We have lots of distractions. We have lots of things that are pulling for our attention. But this says, be careful for nothing, right? Don't worry. Don't be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, right? So we should constantly be in communication with God. We should be thanking God. We should, in other words, we should be filling our life with joy and rejoicing and time with God. As I was thinking about this devotion today, I think a lot of times we make room in our lives for a lot of things, right? We make room in our lives, and we will move things around and make arrangements to allow other things to come in. But how often are we making arrangements just to fill our lives with the joy and rejoicing and thanksgiving for God, right? Like we will change our schedule around to make sure we fit something in that we're going to have fun with or is important to our family or to our kids or whatever. But how often are we rearranging our lives to make more room for joy, to make more room for thanksgiving and praise, and we're just spending time with God? I want to look at one other place. 1 Peter chapter 5, if you're, want to follow along or look it up. 1 Peter chapter 5, I want to start with verse 6. It says, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil is as a roaring lion walketh about, seeking to whom he may devour. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. But the God of grace, who hath called us to his eternal glory by Christ Jesus, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you. To him be glory and dominion forever. So, those verses tell us that the devil, or our enemy, is pulling for our attention, right? He's throwing everything he can at us as a distraction to take up a little bit of space in here. And when that happens, when he does that and he's able to kind of ease in and wiggle into a little bit of space, that's just that much space of your heart that is not able to rejoice in the Lord, right? So this says that by the grace of God, he will strengthen us. Right? But we've got to ask him for that. We've got to spend time with him. We've got to make room for him. It reminds me of Scott's message, there's room for you, right? God has room for us, but do we have room for God? That's a tough one sometimes. So today my challenge is simple. Rejoice in the Lord, right? Make the time, rearrange some things, get some things out of the way, and spend some time rejoicing in the Lord, and make room for Him, right? He's where we find our source of strength. He's by His grace, we're able to continue, and it says, make you perfect and establish and strengthen and settle you. And because of that, He deserves our praise and our honor and glory today. So hope you get a little something out of that. Hope you'll be able to join us at church tomorrow at 11. We also will have, we're starting to have a time of coffee and fellowship from 10:30 to 11. So come on out, have a cup of coffee, have some worship with us, and we hope to see you soon. You guys have a good day.